Welcome to the Joy of Music. My name is Diane Bish, and I would like to welcome you today as we take you on a musical journey of southern Germany. It is a region filled with unique towns and cities, splendid castles, half-timbered houses in market squares, and churches ranging from Romanesque to Rococo. Today our program takes us on a musical journey to famous monasteries, churches, and abbeys of this beautiful region. Thank you for joining us. In the rolling countryside southeast of Ulm, we come upon the site of a beautiful white church. Its two towers seem far into the countryside. The Roggenberg Monastery Church is one of the most important Rococo buildings in Swabia, or the area of southern Germany. The church, dating back to the year 1752 when it was completed, is pristine white both inside and out, and is filled with Rococo statuary, frescoes, and most importantly, a great white organ which stands over the entryway in the back. The organ of the Roggenberg Abbey is among the great organs of southern Germany, including those of Ottobeuren, Ochsenhausen, and Weingarten. It was built between 1752 and 1761 with beautiful Rococo gilded casework. Of course, over the years, the organ has been rebuilt and restored and is now comprised of 5 manuals and 56 stops. One of the interesting things about the organ is that the stops are placed on this moving door, so the organist can come into the console and then close the stop door. Another very interesting stop is the cymbal stern, which means cymbal star or bell star. When the stop is activated, the star turns and the bells play. A very interesting aspect of our recording here at the Roggenberg Abbey was the clock, which would ring on the quarter hour. There was nothing we could do about it, so we allowed it to go on and played the music. You might not hear it in the loud music, but you will certainly hear it in the soft music. Here at the Roggenberg Monastery, it is my pleasure to welcome Father Ulrich, who is one of the members of the community of canons. Welcome to the Joy of Music.
Thank you.
We're so happy to be here with your beautiful organ. It's one of the most magnificent that I've ever seen.
Thank you. It is true. It is a wonderful organ, and it has got a fantastic sound.
Yes, it does. Do you use it every Sunday in the Mass or in the services?
Yes, we do. It is a great pleasure to hear it sound and fill the room with the magnificent acoustic.
How many people attend your services here every week? Is it just the canons or?
No, actually the whole parish comes to our services. Sometimes we have guests from the area, and well, we welcome just about between 100 and 300 to 400 people.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been a canon here?
Actually, I live here in Roggenburg for, let me think, 7 years right now, and it is a wonderful life.
Uh-huh. I understand that back over 100 years ago, the church was not a monastery anymore.
It is true.
But now it is. What happened?
Well, in 1802, the monastery was secularized, and all canons had to leave the abbey. And, well, the Bavarian state took over all of the territory of the former Reichsabtei. Uh-huh. And in 1982, two confreres from Windberg Abbey in Lower Bavaria came back here to Roggenburg to reopen the monastery and give new life to this building. Mm-hmm. Since then, the community grew, and right now we are 11 canons, 8 solemnly professed confreres, and 3 novices. And in fact, we have the joy of 1 new novice next September.
And what kind of work do you do as canons?
Mainly, we work as priests in parishes, but of course, some confreres have special charisms, and they work, for example, in music affairs or as teachers or elsewhere. For example, some confreres now opened a center for education for families, for environmental questions, and for culture.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us what is the most meaningful thing for you in being a canon here at this monastery?
This monastery, as you see here in the church, is flooded with light. Mm-hmm. So the joy of the eternal Son of God comes not only into this building, but also in our hearts. And it is really joyful to serve God and the people here in this very special place.
Well, we are so happy to be able to be here and help you share that joy of God and of the Lord in your life and our lives and the life of this monastery. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
On our musical visit to southern Germany, we visit the monastery of St. Ollien. Today, as in the past, there is a monastery village surrounding the Abbey of St. Ollien. The village began because of the gifts of the monks, the sisters, pupils, apprentices, and workers in the abbey. Residing within the monastery itself are about 200 monks, with approximately 80 in missions overseas. The monastery community follows the discipline of work and prayer and meets several times daily in the Abbey Church. organ in the cloister kirk of St. Ollien is a contemporary organ built in 1994 by the Sontner Organ Company of Germany. Found high above the end of the nave, the organ consists of 47 stops with 3 manuals and pedal. The sound is clear and rich in the superb acoustics of the church. My name is Diane Bish, and I would like to thank you for being with us today on The Joy of Music, as we have brought you a musical journey of southern Germany. We thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again next week on The Joy of Music. If you would like to purchase today's program or any program in our library of over 400 videos and CDs from the great organs and historic churches of the world, please call 1-800-933-4844. We hope to hear from you.